Textual Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
AB Supply, this is Richard.
How you doing, Richard? This is Anthony.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing this morning?
Good. Yeah, just waffles.
Let me explain what's going on with me. All right, I saw your video on YouTube, and that black piece, fork piece, whatever it's called, whatever it's called. So we got three doors. The front door is automatic push button or whatever. That's fine. It's the second door that you have to use your key to get into the door. You get in. That's fine. That's what I want to do to the back door. So what's going on with the back door is if you just got my other email with the photo of what I circle with the little thing, that's where the screw go in at. Right now the screw is out. If the screw is out, you can unlock it all the way, and it's always unlocked until you lock it back. But if you put the screw in, it's always unlocked.
What happens when the screw's in?
It's always unlocked now.
When the screw is in, it's always unlocked.
Yeah.
And what
from outside?
So what do you mean it's always unlocked from the outside? What trim is on the outside?
It's a key, a lever trim.
Okay. What cylinder's on the back of that lever trim? What cylinder type? Or is there a cylinder?
Yes, it's a we got 7-pin cylinders.
What type of cylinder is there?
Best.
Is it a mortise cylinder or a rim cylinder?
A rim.
Okay, awesome. So when the pin is in, it's always unlocked. You can always walk up and rotate the lever, right?
Yep.
Okay, what happens when you put the piece on?
Now you can unlock it or lock it with a key.
Right.
And it's always going to be unlocked until you go back in there and lock it back with the key.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that is literally the function of that pin that you have circled in the image that you sent me.
Okay.
You can control that there. And I would think you want to have the pin removed. Oh, no, you said that this was the inner vestibule.
Yes.
Okay, well, I would think you want the pin removed because otherwise you don't need a cylinder there at all. It just becomes a passage on the outside. So if you don't want to control entry through that opening with a key, then I would think that you want the pin in so it's always a passage.
No, we want to control with a key. So what we want to do is a push bar. Once they go outside, they will be able to get back inside with the key because it's locked from the outside.
Right.
And for some reason, the door inside of the building worked just fine like that.
Okay, yeah. So this is the outside door.
It's the outside door.
Yeah.
You use the key to get into the building. You got to use the key to get inside that door.
Yeah.
But this door is unlocked with the key right now, and it stays unlocked until someone physically go lock it back.
Yeah. So the one function you have is where you always need the key to come in. Without the key, you're not getting... Okay. Is there a lever trim on that one?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what the bottom line is. With the lever trims, there are those that are just the standard lever, and they got a hole for a cylinder. And then there are those that are a lever trim, same thing, except that it's what they call an NL function. NL means night latch. The unfancy way of saying that is you always need the key to get in. Without the key, you can never unlock that trim. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. So that one that you've described where you always need the key, that's the LNL function of the trim. Always locked, always need a key.
So NL trim, it's called NL trim.
NL, November Lima. The other one where you can leave the lever locked and unlocked, and you do that with the key, that's just the L trim. That's like an office function in the sense that you can leave it locked all the time, or you can leave it unlocked all the time, and the way that you control that is by sticking that key in that cylinder and turning it.
Okay.
Now, you've discovered on the back of that head case of the exit device that you can actually control that. You can leave it the way it's meant to be, or you can make it so it's always unlocked.
Okay, gotcha. That's what that means. Okay.
Can we talk about the original question that I thought you were asking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, when you remove the trim from the door, and I sent you, would you pull up the email that I sent you and look at the picture that you haven't seen yet? Or
the rim.
Yeah. So you see how that tailpiece is sagging?
Yeah.
Man, I was at the, well, you're from Chicago. So, the Chicago area, 815. You might, if you go back, if you're old enough, you remember a place called the Crowbar. Dennis Rodman used to hang out there back in the heyday. Well, that guy who owned Crowbar, he was a customer of mine. I know him. His father was a customer of ours, a really good guy. He owned more than one nightclub. Man, I was at the Crowbar trying to reinstall his exit trim, and the damn tailpiece would sag like that. So and I didn't have the funnel-shaped piece of black plastic. It's the guide. And that tailpiece is hanging down. And it took me an hour to get that tailpiece right back into so that black plastic snaps into the plus sign in the back of your exit device, and it's what allows you to get it back in. So that's what that's for.
I thought it was to be able to make it to lock, to use a function of the other door to wait, because I took it apart, other door apart. Okay, let me put this door like this door.
Yeah.
And I put everything like the door I saw that was working, like I wanted it to work, and it's not working. I'm like, come on, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. You got two. Yeah, that piece of black plastic, all it does is help you get that sagging tailpiece in. It's just a funnel is all it is. And after that, it just stays there forever. It has no function. Literally, your issue is on the exterior function. If you need to change it to night latch, you need to change that trim altogether on that door that you can either leave locked or unlocked with the key. You'd need a new trim.
Okay.
Well, there might be a conversion for it. I forget, but you'd have to replace parts on the trim, if not the entire trim.
Okay. It's called night latch trim. Okay. I'm new to this. I just got promoted at my job, and I'm in charge of all the keys and everything, so this is all new to me, so I'm figuring this out.
So I will send you a link to the Von Duprin catalog. It's the 51st page, not page 51. It's the 51st page. There's 298 pages in this document. Go to the 51st page and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a hardware expert. Hey, listen, I told you my story about Crowbar. That's how I learned how a 10-cent piece of plastic can save you $50 of labor charge an hour back then.
You know,
man,
I'm talking
it took a while
90s.
to get that little piece. Yeah, you're right. It took a while to get that piece. Man, trust me, I know.
I stuck a screwdriver in. The problem is you can't have a screwdriver in there while you're trying to put the trim on, and you can't get, because you got the exit device, it's got to be there. Man, it was crazy. I think that's what I did. I went and grabbed a quick clamp, like the squeeze clamps, and I held the trim on, and I brought it was maddening, man. It was crazy. If you're going to service Von Duprin, you should have some of those black plastic guides around. Anyway, let me know if you have any other questions. I'd be happy to help.
Okay, I appreciate that video too.
Awesome, sir. Well, thank you very much.
All right, I'll be looking for your email.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Rich.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I thought the original question was something quite different. The client thought it was used to solve the problem that he had. Turned out the problem he had had nothing to do with the tailpiece guide. Talking about how to change function on lever trim was discussed in that conversation. And, you know, if it's a school, which I think it's a school, those exterior doors are probably night latch. Those interior doors are very likely going to be the standard L trim, where the the custodian or whomever, principal comes in first thing in the morning, unlocks those doors. Now they're set in passage mode, but those exterior doors, they're always locked. You always need that key, which is probably a restricted key. Schlage Primus is very common in schools. I see that all the time, as well as Best, obviously. But what I thought originally was the tailpiece guide, and just since we're talking about the tailpiece guide, let's actually take a look and see what that looks like. And I have a, it turns out I have a Schlage Primus cylinder here. This is a rim cylinder, and that's what it is. That's what I was describing. So you're going to take this and attach it to the back of your L trim or your NL trim, or your L trim or your NL trim or your NL trim, a TP trim. You're going to attach this to the trim. There'll be a mounting cup, 2 screws, and when you take that handle or the lever and you move all that into the door, the plus sign is here, and you're just trying to get it here. What the tailpiece guide does, that bird's mouth, is it allows it to go in. So it's really here, and you're striking it here. It allows it to go in. That's the bottom line. I have an exit device here that I could show you. Actually, I'll show it to you. Let's pull that out. This happens to be a 99 series. That's your plus sign right there. Okay. You're trying to stick that rim cylinder tailpiece in there, and it just doesn't go. With that plastic adapter, you'll be able to get that stuck in there, is what you'll be able to do. And obviously the pin that the client was referring to, yeah, this has it installed in there. So actually, let's just investigate that functionality real quick since we're here. I'll use the tailpiece as a handle. Yeah, so with that pin installed, you never leave this in an unlocked condition. You always need the key. Let me grab a set screw. Let me grab an Allen wrench and remove that set screw. Just make one adjustment. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at this. See what it looks like. See what happens when we remove the screw. You know, part of the problem of working in builder's hardware is, you know, I've known and forgot this functionality countless times over my career. That's too big. Let's pull that set screw out. Obviously it's connecting something on the inside. That threaded pin that's there. Now, using our, you're going to be able to leave the functionality of the trim on the outside to where you can turn it into a passage. Is just how this works. So removing that set screw allows this to just slide up and down without any trouble. Yeah, this will allow you to leave it in a locked or unlocked condition. It's just the bottom line, because you can rotate that set screw. You can rotate the tailpiece guide, whatever that's actually called, completely. So hopefully that explains 2 problems, or 2 potential questions. Down here in Florida, we'd call it a BOGO, buy one, get one. There you go. Any questions on functionality of Von Duprin parts, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.